In 2007, Equifax was breached by attackers who leveraged a vulnerability in the Apache Struts software. Through this vulnerability, the attackers were able to enter Equifax's network and copy sensitive data from a number of servers. Let's examine how our relevant frameworks would have prevented the attack. The Essential 8, NIST, and CIS wants organizations to patch servers on a monthly or a more frequent basis. The vulnerability inadvertently was not patched, and this is how the attackers were able to gain a foothold into the network. Equifax did have a grip on patching and updating systems. The United States Computer Emergency Readiness Team, or US CERT, had discovered an unpatched system that was running a vulnerable version of Apache Struts. There was an email sent to the system administrators, but unfortunately the email distribution group was out of date and the necessary individuals performing the system patching did not receive the communication. Therefore, this server remained unpatched. So lessons learned: it is important to trust but verify and perform vulnerability scans often, especially after applying security updates and patches. With the unpatched system, the attackers found a path forward and was able to access the network. While in the network, they were able to mask their presence by using standard encrypted web protocols to perform their attack. Even hiding in the normal network traffic, the actions of the attackers should have seemed out of the ordinary. NIST and CIS both state to deploy a Network Intrusion Detection System, or IDS, and review any suspicious activity. Equifax did have an IDS, however, a sensor on the network was not reading encrypted traffic during the time of the attack. The certificate on the device had expired. It was discovered later in an investigation that the attackers performed nearly 9,000 queries to numerous servers requesting sensitive information. It's also a great idea to manually read logs of systems as well. The expired certificate would have been discovered before it expired. In the same investigation, it was also discovered that Equifax had a poorly segmented network, meaning that the attackers were able to gather information from any server they were able to communicate with. NIST and CIS encourages segmenting the network based on information sensitivity. This is a great practice as Equifax houses a lot of sensitive information. Information such as social security numbers, birthdays, addresses, and names, when aggregated together, become very sensitive. The databases housing the information should have been separated and protected from other network traffic, especially those servers that directly interact with the internet. NIST and CIS also recommend protecting the information with access control lists and use principles of least privilege. Not everyone and everything needs access to all the data available. This can be dangerous because there could be data being transmitted in places that should not be. Access control lists and least privileges maintain the information is only accessed by a small subset of entities. Similarly, the attackers were able to obtain credentials to compromise other servers because the credentials were not encrypted. According to CIS, all credentials need to be encrypted or hashed with a salt to prevent credentials from being displayed in plain text. Also requiring multi-factor authentication would have stopped this attack. Even after valid credentials would have been harvested, the attackers would not have access to other factors of authentication such as hard or soft tokens. By performing these actions from the Essential 8, NIST, and CIS frameworks would have stopped this attack from occurring. Though Equifax did perform vulnerability scans, they did not verify the vulnerability had been removed after the updates were applied. They also had other issues such as credentials in plain text and the sensor with the expired certificate.